Hello again, this is Miss G and welcome to the second episode in the Drawing a Character series. Today we're going to draw Pyris, another character of mine. Well, these all are going to be characters of mine, but still. I thought she would be a pretty good second one to draw. So as always, we're going to start with our circle. Don't worry if your circles aren't perfect. Then we're going to do that intersecting line. For symmetry, you're going to see that I had a little bit of trouble getting my line to get straight for a bit here. So just watch me struggle, I suppose. Doing this thing again where I put little lines towards the edge of the circle for where the jawline is going to start, and then making another triangle type shape and putting those together like so. Also doing the eye line again, just like on the first episode of Drawing a Character. Actually showing you kind of what the eye shape is from a previous drawing. So Pyris has this half circle up top, and then she's got a check mark type of look towards the bottom. And then she has this really big eyelash. So that's what we're going to do on our drawing. I gave Pyris a little smirk for a mouth. And you can kind of see it's somewhat like a flat wave. So that's what we're going to do. And then doing those half circles for the iris again. And then obviously she has two eyes. She doesn't have a mask like Delta had. So we're going to have to draw two symmetrical eyes. How fun! I'm actually putting it in her nose, so I did these two slanted lines, and then I put kind of what is a shading portion towards the middle of the nose in that actual symmetry line that we did before. That should help us with getting that nose line on there as well. I'm also going to start doing her ears. Pyris has pointed ears. But the ears kind of work the same as how the human ears did. So the top part of that ear should line up to the top of the eye, and the bottom part should line up to that bottom part of the eye line that we made. You're also going to see that Pyris has horns, so I'm going to do this almost loopy crescent shape for one of her horns, and then the other one is just going to be a smaller version of that. And luckily, Pyris only has horns on the one side of her head, so we don't have to do this again. Then I'm making that line for where the hair part is. Her hair part kind of goes behind her horn, so most of the time you don't really need to draw it, but I'm giving it for reference anyway. If you need a reminder for hair I usually do these kind of wave looking shapes. Then her bang is just one crescent on the one side and then a large wave towards the front. Then obviously I gave her some teethers because I love sharp teeth apparently for my characters. Don't ask why, because I do not have an answer for you. You can see here I started putting in kind of where her neck would go. Her neck kind of starts over where that jawline starts. So just for a reference. Also, the one side of her face, or the one side of her hair, I suppose, is a bit longer than the other side, so keep that in mind. But these front bits that go in front of the ears, they kind of help even that character design out because the one front bit is longer than the other. I'm also just really roughly sketching in Pyris' eyebrows along with her eyes. She's got almost cat-like eyes because Pyris is actually a dragon. That is what this character is. So that's why she has big teeth and horns and the pointy ears, because she's a dragon person. Yes, this is a very old character. And yes, I may be a little cringe. Don't worry about it, you're the one drawing it. Obviously, I'm going in, going over that rough sketch a little bit to make this character design a little bit more pleasing to look at. I closed the eyes a little bit because honestly, having eyes wide open like that makes a character kind of look freaky or crazy, and Pyris does not have that vibe about her. I also, for Pyris, and probably no other character that I've drawn so far, I put her eyelashes and her eyes as a priority over her hair. So in just a bit here, you're going to see me actually delete or erase that front part of her bangs. That way her eye and eyelash is a little bit more visible. I'm also making her eyebrows a little bit more angular here because I felt like that made sense for the character. Another thing that I forgot to add in the rough sketch are these markings on her face. She has these large scar, almost like markings, on her face, on each eye basically. And you'll see me struggle with getting them correct for a little bit, but those are there. Honestly, I think they're just part of the makeup for this character. So don't worry about getting them exactly the same because I don't believe I did it either. again, adding more stuff that I didn't put in the rough sketch. I'm doing her little collar thing on her outfit. I didn't do her shoulders like I did for Delta or any other characters for whatever reason. Probably because I just didn't want to do it that day. But I'm doing this collar thing. It's kind of like that block that we did for the collar before, but then it goes semicircle around the neck. Then you can see I put some necklines for depth and started putting her teeth in a little bit more sharp and visible for the regular drawing. Then you're going to see again that I changed my final drawing, the actual line art of the drawing, from what I did for the rough sketch, because apparently this day I just did not want to follow my sketch lines. So I have her looking off to the side, and then I actually put in a part of the eyebrow that I missed doing the regular line art. Yet another thing that I did not put in the rough sketch is this little tag that goes on that collar. It's actually part of the collar and part of the shirt, but I just put it on this because I thought it was something that was visually interesting for this sketch. And there we go. We got a good drawing of Pyris. Now we're going to do color. So again, I'm using a online or application for my drawing, so I can color pick from a previous drawing that I've done of Pyris. But Pyris's hair is just a dark red. Then for Pyris's eyes, and also for her shirt that we did not draw, it is a bright red. Then for Pyris' skin tone, I actually have her tan because I felt that looked good for her character. Plus she's always by fire, so she's gonna be a little bit more tan than some other characters in my lineup. Using that dark gray from the collar for all the dark gray / black parts of this drawing. So that's going to be for the eyebrows, eyelashes, the pupils, the little makeup scar things, and honestly anything that looks black in the previous picture. Just a little flash warning in just a second here, I have some trouble with the fill tool, so you're gonna get black and white for a little bit. Something that traditional artists have a leg up on for me is they can actually keep the sclera, or the white part of the eye, white, even though the eye is technically not a closed shape, because they don't have to use the fill tool. So you don't have to fill in the white like I'm doing here. Congratulations, traditional users. Now we're finally getting into the horn, which is a yellow, but it's more like a gold color. And that yellow is going to be used for, obviously, the horns, and I believe I also used it for the little diamond shape part for the collar / shirt area. And congratulations, you have now drawn Pyris, the flame dragon herself. As always, thank you for watching, and if you want more art content, please subscribe.